What is? Are you starting?
It's starting. Hey, we're gonna give this a try one more time. So now my volume is moving up and down, so it is. I think we're fine. Um, this is Nicolina Nix, and you're here for another episode of Women, Wit, and Wine.
Is that the same one still? Did you link it?
It's a new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Give it to me, baby.
It should it'll be there. Just go to
It'll
my
be there?
page. We're not supposed to have. We're not supposed to have this discussion right now. God, you're killing me. So, yes, if you go to the Women Wit and Wine page on Facebook, you will find us chatting. We're here to talk about OCD. I'm Nicolina Nix. I'm here with my guest, Joseph Aranda, also known as Karaoke Joe and the Karaoke Bubble. We were talking about OCD, and I was saying why I picked this topic tonight was just my daughter and I having a discussion, and she's one of those people that says, hey, can't you just let it go? And I'm like, what? No, I can't really let it go. Because my head is broken, right?
Right.
So, like I sound weird in there. It's a broken record. It really is. It's like this broken record. So like, if I get into a disagreement with somebody, and it doesn't even have to be somebody I care about, but then if I walk away and I feel like I'm not right in the head, I will have this conversation in my head. And my daughter makes fun of me because I'll sit in the car and my hands will move. And she'll go, are you talking to yourself? And I'm like, yes, because I'm trying to have this conversation in my head to fix whatever I thought I did wrong.
But a lot of people talk with their hands. I do all the time.
Yeah, but I actually have this conversation. I'm like driving and I'll go, and my daughter's like, are you talking to yourself again in your head? So like my hand's moving back and forth. I'm just driving. I'm not saying anything out loud because the conversation's happening in my head.
Between A and A.
But my hand is moving back and forth because I'm trying to resolve this situation.
The issue.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it's weird because I can't stop thinking about something until I kind of feel like I've fixed it in my head, even if I found some resolution in my head. And many of the times I don't. I mean, okay, so for example, the OCD in me says, I have the OCD in me. For example, I lose a ring, right?
Right.
I don't know where I lose the ring, but I will continue to look for that ring even 2 years later.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be like, oh yeah, well maybe it's here. And then I'll like start on something, and then everything gets to be a mess, and it's overwhelming. Or I'll start sorting through stuff like paperwork and things like that, and then I'll get overwhelmed, and I'll get to this point. I'm like, I can't do this anymore, and I just throw it back. I just kind of throw it back in to the box, and it's still a mess. So, something.
It's funny because when I lose something. Like I said, I'm trying to explain what my OCD was. It's similar because I'm looking at here. It says, what is OCD? Thoughts are basically anxiety, right? Scary thoughts that float into your brain. You know. And it talks about that. Stories, repetitive and all that. But when I lose something now, maybe I have a superpower. I have OCD and I have photographic memory.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say I have photographic memory. I just know where things are. Yeah. So, like, I can have, 10 piles of paper, but I can tell you, I'm looking for this address, and I know it's either in this pile, or this pile. Mm-hmm. I know where it is because I remember it in my head, but I can't tell you exactly which pile it's in, but I know which pile it is. So I'm like, don't move my piles. Don't move my piles of paper. Yeah. I wrote a poem about OCD.
You did?
I did.
You have it?
Yes, it says, no one will ever understand until you spend a day in their world. And even then, most still would not, because you're not them. Yet, if you could, the things you would hear, the thoughts you would face, and the emotions you would feel, then maybe you would understand how your mind sticks on a thought or an image, and how your thoughts reoccur and persist, replaying over and over. Despite your effort to ignore them, the avalanche of thoughts bring intense anxiety screaming to you to respond, react, protect yourself, do something. Feelings that don't lie, don't make sense, don't seem reasonable, yet feel very real, intense, and true. How could your mind lie? It has to be true, or why else would you be feeling this? Torture, unending anxiety, at times paralyzing no matter how hard you try to push them out, snap out of it, only to find a temporary solution, to neutralize, counteract, to make the thoughts go away. And in doing so, you will release, review, repeat, talk, write, again over and over, hoping to undo or cancel out the bad with the good and put things in order until it feels right, to seek reassurance. And once it robs you of your time, your friends, your family, your love, and ultimately consumes your life, then maybe you will understand.
Yeah. Do you regret having OCD?
Yes.
Yeah, why?
Because I am somebody that it makes it harder to let emotional things go.
Mm-hmm.
It takes me longer to get over things.
Yeah.
It takes me longer to get over a breakup. It takes me longer to get over the loss of a friendship. It takes me because in my head I think about all the things of where was it my fault? What could I have done differently? And it especially because I know that I'm not in control.
Yeah.
It's even worse when I feel like I'm not in control. Because when I feel like I'm not in control, I want to just grasp. I want to just like hold you and just squeeze you and just know that it's okay, even though I have no control over how you feel.
Yeah.
But that's just part of the OCD.
I think I've taken it, using it for my advantage. But like I said before, I smoke to help slow down my thoughts because otherwise I'll be like a pinball,
All over the place.
All over the place.
Yeah.
And I kind of use it for to my advantage, I guess. I guess I should turn down my volume to my phone. Huh?
Why? Just in case it rings?
In case it rings, yeah. But me, you know who I am. I'm an artist. I've always been an artist, since I was a kid, I guess. And I think that in itself, just being OCD and an artist,
mm-hmm.
I'm able to work on detail a little bit more.
Well, I think
so. It's like I'll have to. I'll go back to that same spot until I perfect it.
Yeah.
And ever since I was little, I remember taking a class, an art class. My sister she had bought some art classes from this artist in Las Cruces,
mm-hmm.
and their family owned an art supply store. So
yeah,
he would sign up people to take art classes in his studio. So I was maybe 10, around there,
right,
preteen, and the first drawing that I drew in the class had so much detail in it. It wasn't a great piece, but for my age and the piece that I did, all the adults were looking at me like, "Wow, this kid can really draw." And it was just because probably I was OCD, and I drew an owl, and all the feathers in the owl each feather had the detail that they were pretty impressed with. So. But I understand what you mean. You can't let go of something. I mean, my breakups were my last breakup was crazy. Yeah, I mean, it took me years to get over it.
Did you?
Yeah. thought about it for a year, even after after I finally broke up and made the break. It took me about a year still to not think about that whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I still think about it, but I've learned to let things go.
All right.
It's hard to let things go. I mean, you see my house. There's a lot of stuff there I haven't let go.
Well, I know, but the thing, I don't know how do you say this. It is hard to let things go. I mean, so one of the things is I had to teach myself. I didn't teach myself. I went to a therapist after a very, very, very bad breakup that just crushed me. But I really actually had to teach myself how to, and I can't see. I did it again. I had to with the therapy I trained. He helped train me to realize that this is a job. Mm-hmm. That OCD. You got to treat it like it's a job, not that it's like a disease or a disability. You have to give yourself permission. Did
you get back pay for that?
I wish. I'm freaking rich, but that's my brother. But yeah, I mean, I would just you have to treat it like it's a job. So the key would be, it was you take this bracelet, and this bracelet means that, okay, you put it on, and now I'm at work. Mm-hmm. I'm allowed to be obsessive compulsive. Mm-hmm. I'm allowed to feel this. Mm-hmm. I'm allowed to go through these emotions in this moment, and and I have to put a time limit on myself before I say, and then I have to come to this point where the time limit is up. And now I have to be able to say, okay, I'm done working. I take my hat off. Yeah. I'm good to go. Now I got to go do something that makes me feel good, that's nurturing, that pleases me, and not make me feel like I have to continue to do it. Yeah. Because I can get stuck. And like I said, I mean, for example, I have a shed and it's full of stuff. And I got to clean it out.
Oh, me too.
But the problem is that I go through it and I'll be real productive and I'll get it all spread out. And then I get to this point where I'm overwhelmed. No, I'm overwhelmed. Yeah. And it's okay, I don't want to, okay, I'm done. I'm bored. Yeah. Let's just throw it all back in. And I don't get anywhere.
Yeah, that's, I'm kind of the same way, I'll pull everything out and get everything, and I'll be sidetracked. Mm-hmm. And it might take me a few days actually to get it done because the whole house might be a mess, and then I'll get sidetracked. I was like, what am I doing now?
Right.
And I'll forget. So
yeah, you got to figure out how to not let it fucking control your life.
Yeah.
Because for me, it controls my life. I tell people it's so with the OCD, what happens is, I'll go to bed. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really tired. I'm good. I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. And then about 2:00 in the morning, it's like, let's talk about why you're a fuck up. Let's talk about why everything in your life is screwed up and how can you not be better?
Yeah.
Remember that one time when you were 5
and,
and you pooped your pants?
And
everybody in school laughed at you?
Yes.
Do you remember that one time?
Yes.
Well, look at you. That's part of the reason that you are a loser.
Oh. Yeah.
And that's what happens. That's one of the things about the OCD for me is it's about waking up and saying, "Oh, let's talk about how you could have done that differently. Let's talk about let's talk about how you did that, and now it's hilarious that you did that because now you look like a jackass." and you're never going to live down that name.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. I remember when I was a kid, and I peed in my pants.
Did you pee in your pants?
Yes, I did.
Were you pee pants?
Because I was so sidetracked. Now, and you get so sidetracked that you don't want to take care of the business that you need to take care of.
I guess.
Taking care of a business.
Taking care of business.
Every day, taking care of a business.
I don't know. So,
Yeah, that's
and it's interesting because people don't think that. They think it's simple. Like I know that when you broke up with your relationship, how many times did you hear, "We'll get over it. She's over it."
yeah.
How many times did you hear that? Well, she's moved on. You should move on. And that's the whole thing. It's like that's where that broken record kicks in and says, "But I can't.
Yeah.
I can't move on."
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you mean move on? I'm not even done here yet.
Yeah.
My brain hasn't caught up with the fact that it's been a year and a half and she moved on and he moved on and he's in another relationship and he's married. But my brain hasn't caught up with that.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That's why we drink the wine.
That's why we drink the wine. We're drinking the wine.
Just know your mind. Maybe that's why. Oh, it was really good for me to be Catholic. Drinking the wine.
Right.
And there's a lot of repetitious there in Catholic. Praying the rosary.
Uh-huh.
It's very repetitious.
I know. I mean, but
I think it's kind of helped me now a little bit. I mean, I'm not as organized as I should be, but I think if I were to use it to my advantage, I'd probably be really organized.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference, though. Like there's like obsessive compulsive eating. You have to have everything in a certain way, a certain order, a certain.
Oh, see, I'm that way.
Yeah, I used to be like that. When I was married, and what was kind of scary, I'd have to put my shelves would have to be like the store,
right?
So I could see and it wasn't. It was just for obvious reasons, just to see if I have beans or potatoes or whatever in my cabinet. Then I saw that movie with what's her name? There's a movie out there, and that guy was like a real asshole, and he was obsessive compulsive. You know what I'm talking about?
The Beautiful Mind.
No, there was another movie, and
oh, that's my favorite movie.
She's like
she's the waitress.
She's like in the beach house. They live in the beach house. A couple live in the beach house, and
no,
he was real.
Are you sure that wasn't as good as it gets with Jack Nicholson?
No, that's a good one too.
Because
that's with that's a good one.
That's
too.
with Helen Hunt.
Mm-hmm.
But you're thinking, was it with Jack Nicholson in the beach house? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Who was in it?
I think Robin Williams. No, not Robin Williams.
I like when people touch my stuff.
We're psycho.
I don't like when people touch my stuff.
Yeah. Well, who does?
It's my stuff. My stuff. Oh, I don't like you.
I better be careful. So, yeah. But like I said, I've kind of, I guess, used it to my advantage when it comes to like art or music or it becomes repetitive, and Gigi could tell you. Like, I've been writing songs here lately, and
well, that's a good.
And I'll just play it over and over and over and over and over and over. She gets tired of it.
But that's a good release, though.
Yeah.
Being artistic is a good release for that. Because, like, mine is writing.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't written in a while, but mine is writing.
Yeah.
And then my...
That's your fidgety. Huh?
No. I hate fidgeting. That's
part of your fidgety. Everyone has a fidget.
What's my fidget? Typing?
No, I'm just saying that might be it. Because if you're typing, it's helping you release.
No, my writing, it's like
fidgetiness.
literally writing with a pen. Or painting, or...
Well, whatever. Doodling, or... Here, let me draw you something.
I like to paint. I like to write.
We're kind of similar in some ways.
It's a little bit why I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
So...
You want me to give you a voice?
A voice? A voice for what?
You know, man, like Cheech.
It's like I took the wrong week to quit drinking.
You mean a voice like that?
Yeah, man, that one.
Yeah, man. Dave's not here! Sorry.
Dave's not here. Dave's not here.
Hey, man, it's Dave.
Hey.
It's Dave. Dave who? Dave's not here, man. So I don't know. I'm one of these people that, okay, here's my OCD. Here's like my silly OCD. I have the Hershey's Kisses at Christmas time.
Yeah.
I have to have one of each color. I can't just like take 3 of one color. I have to have one of each color. I have to count down. I cycle down like
a parts store here in Albuquerque years ago. It's called Big A Auto Parts. And
hold on, it's reconnecting.
Reconnecting.
Oh no, why is it reconnecting? There we are. We're back. We're back. We had a glitch.
So yeah, I used to work at Big A Auto Parts, and for me, numbers were a part of my life for a long time because working with auto parts. You'd have a part that have 98765.
Hello.
What are you doing?
I'm doing a show.
Oh.
Who's that?
It's Amber.
Hola.
Hola.
What are you doing?
Checking on you because there's 1,000 sirens outside and I didn't know what was going on.
I haven't bumped anybody off.
Okay.
I'm still here.
There's 1,000 sirens.
Sure.
I haven't heard any sirens.
There's a freaking shit ton of them. And they've been going for like an hour.
There's sirens going for an hour, folks.
Where?
Where?
By my house, I guess.
By my daughter's house, folks. Say hello. Talk to the microphone.
Talk to the mic. She's giving you the...
No! My daughter has joined us. She's a guest on this show.
No, I'm not. I'm leaving. Bye.
We're talking about OCD.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. See? Okay, so like let me give you another example about OCD. You remember it's that control thing. Mm-hmm. Is that when somebody gets mad at you and they just don't talk to you, or they ignore you. Ignoring me is the worst thing you can do. Yeah. Because I'm one of these people that's like, if I've done something wrong, you're just better off telling me, so I can either just say, oh, my bad, or oh, screw you, I meant to do that, but if I don't know that I've done something wrong, or even if it's not about me and you're just having a shit week and you just don't really feel like talking, just say, hey, I'm having a rough time, I'll get back with you when I feel a little bit better. How hard is that? How hard is that? Because I got friends that I'll go like, hey, hello, have I done something wrong? Well, I guess you're going to ignore me. And then that just goes on and on and on. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I'm not 5. I'm not in high school or middle school. I don't know. I could be. But I just would be a really old teenager, like Strangers with Candy. That was a horrible show, by the way. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would rather
It's
you
different
just,
spectrums of it, you
I would
know?
rather you just come out and say, gosh, you really hurt my feelings, or, I just feel really a little unappreciated. Say it. So then I'm going to go, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'll try not to do that again.
Yeah.
Because I think most of the time we do stuff so unintentionally.
Mm-hmm.
And that OCD for me kicks in, and it's like, what the fuck? I'm going to have to
Yeah.
blow up your phone. I'm going to blow up your phone and say, talk to me, goddammit, talk to me.
Yeah.
Forgive me. Why are you mad at me? I don't know what I did.
Yeah. See, that's where I relate to that one with the breakup, because when you get to that point, you start texting, and you're like, you can't stop. You got to keep on. You got to keep on. You got to keep on until you beat it to death. But like I said, I used some of it to my advantage, like checking out auto parts, the numbers. There was always patterns. I could. You were talking about alphabetizing. I couldn't get a number and like alphabetize it by number, or what is it? It's not called alphabetized. What's it called? Numeral. What do you call it?
You're.
See, look, Renee.
You're.
It's not alphabetized.
You were putting them in numerological order.
Numerical order. Yes.
Yeah, numerical order. Numerically. That's what it is. It's not chronologically. It's numerically. Oh, numerically.
Numerically.
Putting them in numerical order.
Numerical order.
It's numericalizing.
Numericalizing. Could you imagine? Numericalize this world.
Let's numericalize this. I'm going to make you a number.
I'm going to make you a number.
I'm going to make you number one.
Number one. Numerical. And the government tries to do it.
I like numericalizing. I think that's a new word. We think we should just really push that.
We're gonna do it.
So what are you doing? I'm numericalizing.
I'm numericalizing. That's a good one.
And they're going to be like, what's that? Maybe I need to get into that. Can you share your numericalization with me? Could be a trend.
You see, you're bringing that redneck.
Could be a trend. How do I get
how many fingers and toes do I got?
How do I get me some of that numericalization?
I got some 11 toes and 12 fingers.
I need some of that numericalization.
Maybe Trump needs that. Numericalize.
Numericalize? I need to numericalize. I don't think I can do Trump. I can't do Trump.
You can't do Trump. Are you trying?
I could probably do his mannerisms, but I can't do his...
You couldn't grab him by the boop.
I can't. Tried to grab her by the pussy. You can cuss on this show, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It is an explicit show.
Okay.
I tried to grab her by the pussy. But that little bitch scratched me. Yes, I'm talking about my cat. Sorry.
Now, how would you grab your pussy by the pussy?
I used to pat my pussy.
If you're going to grab your pussy by the pussy, she's going to definitely scratch you.
I used to pat my pussy. When people would call me, they'd say, what are you doing? I'd go, petting my pussy.
Petting my pussy. Numerically. Because you got only one pussy.
I numerically pet my pussies.
Pussy number one and pussy number
pussy
two.
Number two. Number one. One's black. One's, I don't know, kind of
Blonde.
peachy.
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 Oh my gosh. So
yeah, we got a little off top, blah, blah, blah. Who told me that? So, like, it's so funny because I made the mistake of telling somebody, I guess I get a little bit off topic here, but that's part of the OCD thing. I was telling somebody about how, remember when Match.com came out?
Okay.
How old are you?
Do you really want to know? I'm 48.
Okay, so you're around then, because yeah. I'm 54. Match.com came out, and it had this question in there that said, "What celebrity do you most resemble?" And my oldest daughter was standing next to me, and she saw that, and she says, "Do people really answer that?" And I went, "Yes, they do." Well, she says, "What did you put, Jim Carrey?" Because apparently my daughter thinks I look like Fire Marshal Bill sometimes. So now my coworker at work says, "Are you doing Fire Marshal Bill?" Because apparently I make this face a lot.
Oh,
Hey, Kitty.
Yeah.
You know what it takes?
The
When we take some match.
the dry mouth there.
Yeah.
The dry mouth syndrome with taking too much medicine. Huh?
No, it's Fire Marshal Bill.
Yeah. Yes.
So yes, so people now see that I can be Jim Carrey. Or I look like Jim Carrey. I don't know. So I'm like, no, I look like Meg Ryan.
That I guess, I would be Marty Feldman.
No.
The big eyes?
I know.
Yeah.
You'd have to be bald to be Marty Feldman.
No, he's not bald.
Yes, he was.
Marty Feldman? From Young Frankenstein.
Okay, yeah, that one right there is Marty Feldman.
Yeah.
You don't look like Marty Feldman.
Is he bald now?
Maybe I thought he was bald in Young Frankenstein.
Mm-mm. He has big eyes, that's all. My brother used to.
Why can't we just say you look like, we might as well then just say you look like Rodney Dangerfield.
You get no respect until you
Let's see.
That's it. I never got respect.
Rodney Dangerfield.
There you go.
See, you could totally do him.
Yeah, with the big eyes.
Yeah, you just put a little mole right here. You'd have to shave though.
Let me see. Possibly. Yeah, even with the chin, I got the chin going. You're getting no respect.
So there you go. Yeah.
I do a little cheese and a little John. I do peaches and cream. And
Yeah.
Sonny and Cher,
So here is the OCD way is my doppelganger in Hollywood, right?
Okay. Is this an app that you're looking through?
No. I'm going to just show you who my doppelganger is. And you can say, well, yes, I can see that now.
Oh, yeah.
I know this is what she looks like now.
It's the nose. But she probably had what do you call it?
No,
surgery.
She didn't.
How do you know?
Because her nose looks the same at my age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she hasn't changed her nose much. So, yeah, but there you go. Here's her fat knee.
The facts of life. The facts of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have that on video. I think I have the first season or something like that. So.
Oh yeah? The facts of life?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Look, my balls are sliding down.
That is pretty cool.
You know what? People say they like to hear this wine. No, you pour the wine. Click, 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 click.
They like to hear it.
Oh, my balls hit your glass.
Bells will be
it's only one ball,
ringing.
sorry,
Oh,
I'm a one-balled bastard. All right, we can wrap this up.
Okay.
So.
Salud.
Skål! I am Scandinavian.
Oh.
So we're going to get off this topic tonight. We're going to close it up.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. Thanks for coming.
It's been fun. We have to do this again.
Joe will be back. We'll be doing some other shows here.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll do the crossover with the bubble and
Women Wine.
Well, yeah.
So one thing is that I will start doing some regularly scheduled shows. It may not be every week, but at least twice a month. So, but I wanted to thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic night. This is Nicolina Nix with Women, Wit, and Wine.
It's a birthday. Yeah. I like the music.